Good morning. So I'll start with my trademark start. Why so serious? Yeah, so I'm an engineer, so forgive me if I don't follow protocols. I wear suits only 2 times in a year. When I go to meet my dad and when it's Sahara Sparks. He really wants me to become a politician, so I betrayed him by becoming a technologist. So good morning once again. Honorable Stella Cooper, kwa heshima kubwa sana nashukuru tena uwepo wako. We highly appreciate your presence here. Second year in success, which means you like our event last year. Can we please clap for her? Professor James Mdoe, ukiwa unamwakilisha Mheshimiwa Waziri wa Elimu, Sayansi na Teknolojia, karibu sana, tunashukuru uwepo wako. Can we please clap for him? Viongozi wa taasisi mbalimbali, development organizations, pamoja na founders we are hustling together as entrepreneurs. I highly respect your presence here. Yeah, so it's exciting. We are here again. The theme for this year is Africa and the Fourth Industrial Revolution. As you already know, as a nation, we are talking about industrialization, which is critical strategically moving us ahead. But the key question is, what kind of industry do we need? When you have a continent where 18 million young people are getting into the job market every year, where the age average is 19.4, and by the way, Tanzania's one is 17. It means literally you have a nation whereby in the next 20 years people continue to be young. Because by that time there will be, I think 37 or 39, which literally means they will still not have the age of many of the BBCs in this room, born before computers. What fascinates me about this platform, when we started, it was a platform for young people. But what's happening now is a brand of generation. And this is what we want to see in Africa. There's a lot of experience, knowledge, and wisdom that is coming from the older generation, but there's a lot of passion, energy, and disruption which is coming from the young people. If we can brand the two, then we can be able to take this continent to the next stage. Interesting number. Africa is becoming more urbanized than before. Dar es Salaam is expected to reach the mega city status by 2030. What that means, we're going to have more than 10 million inhabitants living in this city. They'll have to eat. We need to create jobs for them. They'll have to find a way to survive. We need to invest on their infrastructure. And technology can play a crucial role in addressing some of those most pressing issues. Africa is ready. The actual show the continent is ready. 995 million mobile subscribers. Actually, we have 1,000 ways that we use mobile phone in the continent. While everyone is talking about Internet of Things, I might say we are actually doing so good in mobile of things because it's connected to so many stuffs. Even my mom can say, when you're sending this money, tuma na ya kutolea. Please add that additional amount so that if the MNO take it out, I still get the same exact amount. She knows how to pay for her load license using her phone. She knows how to pay for her DSTV package, and nobody taught her how to do that. And that's the power of technology. But another interesting thing is not about hype. You have fact. The mobile economy is expected to reach 150 billion USD. This is actual money, proper money. What are we doing to capitalize on that opportunity at the continent? And most interestingly, there are more 600 plus innovation hubs across the continent that every day they are creating people like me. How we strategically support these innovation hubs? Government, private sector, development partner, anyone who wish well for Africa, how do we strategically engage with them? How do we add value? Should we copy what is happening in Silicon Valley, private equity, venture capital, angel investment? Or should we start our own capital trust fund from government, from development partners to support these entrepreneurs? My personal belief, the best way to solve a problem is to build a business around it. It's going to be sustainable, it's going to be feasible, and it's going to be viable. But one thing which is very, very important, technology is not a solution, it's a tool. I remember I was working in one office and we were trying to control people to come early and make sure they stay at the office. So we came up with an innovation, a fingerprint login system. So literally people will come in the mornings, they'll check in their finger, then they'll go out and check again the time they left. At exact timestamp that you want them to check in and check out. So the issue is not about technology. The issue is how do we use technology in such a way that it creates the intended impact. And I'm linking this also to technology transfer and research commercialization and the knowledge that we create. I was trying to get one clip of Mwalimu Nyerere when he was talking to the late Professor Shayo about starting the nationwide innovation village. And one of the most key things he told him was, Africa south of Sahara has a lot of people who know so many things. They know so many things, and some of them, they know more than our colleagues in the north. But the issue is not enough to know. The issue is how knowledge has to be transformed into usable knowledge. So how do we foster research, commercialization, and technology transfer? Innovations are not for exhibitions. Innovation are actually supposed to be used to create impact. What are we doing about that? Do we have strategies? How do we create a pipeline of value when someone starts from the university? Oh, no. We need to start with the innovation studio as a primary school. No, actually we need to start with the maker spaces at the nursery school so that we can be able to groom a completely new generation of young Africans who are innovative, disruptive, and transformative. But they can't do this alone because they don't make the decisions. So those who are making decisions need to understand them. They need to give them support. They need to work with them. They need to understand the process. It's fascinating. Yesterday, one of my friend and mentor, Baloziami Mpungwe, was saying fascinating stuff. So I went to his library and I was shocked for a BBC and the books he was reading. So in his shelf, you see Life 3.0, books like Blockchain Revolution, books like Singularity. I was like, okay, how do you do this? It's very, very difficult for people of your age to read these books. But I think it's very, very important if we are to move, because the age that makes decision for Africa needs to understand the importance of the digital economy and what it means to the future of this continent. Because if they don't understand, the rest of us, we are wasting time. We are not going to be able to move anything. For IR to make sense in Africa, it has to impact the sectors that matters. So forget the robots. Forget the race between human being and machine. Forget the sci-fi movies and the Terminator Sarah Connor Chronicles. The rise of the machine. Like small technologies. Technology that can improve the quality of healthcare. Technology that can improve the quality of education. Technology that can help our government to make strategic decisions with data and informed data information. transformative technology that can actually touch people at the grassroots level. Not the technology you see in the movies. And quoting Professor Benondulu yesterday, the only way you can get these transformative technologies coming from the continent is when you foster the startup ecosystem. In his exact word, we really need to pay serious attention to the startups. Because these are the people who are going to create solutions for this continent. They're not going to come from Silicon Valley or Startup Nation in Israel or in Aalto University. We understand our problem better, and we can come with practical solution. What we need is a tech transfer. Quoting Mwalimu again. We can still buy the machinery from the north and produce in the south competitively. We can still get the knowledge from the north and innovate in the south competitively. We talk about challenges. We are good in complaining, but there's no data, there's no skills, the infrastructure. We need right policies. We need investment or R&D. These are fixable challenges. Quoting Mwalimu again, obstacles are there, face them. We shouldn't be discussing them. How do we fix them so that we can be able to move to the next stage? And with this blend of generation of leadership, if we can just find a way to work together between the older generation and the young generation and find that place where we can share our idea openly and strategically think of how our continent can move forward, we can be able to achieve greater things together. Wrapping up, so this is what Mwalimu told Professor Shayo. Some of you might know about the Next Einstein program and the Mathematical Institute. He told him, the countries of the South must pay the highest attention to the development of science and technology. He says this a year before he died, in 1998. Between 1998 and now, how many years? Because he knew this is coming. This is where we're heading. How do we embrace it? It's a survival of the fittest. Again, as I say, when you have 18 million youths who are coming into the job market and you don't know what are the right skills to equip them with, it is either a blessing or a disaster. And these people are going to be young for the next, 20, 25 years. It's very crucial strategically. We see how technology, tech, fourth industrial revolution, scrap off the robots, scrap off of the machine and everything, things that really matters. Can we really discuss them? How do we engage it in our education system? How do we engage it in our agriculture value chain? There are some amazing solutions from young Tanzanians. Some are doing precision farming system using drones. Some are doing urban farming. Some are improving agriculture value chain. Some are helping with storage. Balozi will tell you about their work in Ifakala, what they're doing in agriculture with blockchain and other technologies. A lot of these technologies can really add value. They can reduce cost, and they can help us to leapfrog quick. That being said, thank you so much, and please enjoy your morning.